Good Tuesday morning, everyone. We're reading from Tarot of Ceremonial Magic, the book that goes with the deck, Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. We're starting to talk about the swords, the small card swords this morning. And we're going to cover the 2, 3, and 4 of swords. Now remember, all the 2s, 3s, and 4s are the cardinal signs of the zodiac. And so the 2, 3, 4 of swords will represent the entire 30 degrees of Libra. Libra being the cardinal sign of air, and swords being air. There. Incidentally, by way of digression, I posted, probably it appears on my page just below this video this morning. I posted the entire chapter in My Life of the Spirits about my first evocation, Goetic evocation. And believe me, it was a comedy of errors, but it was very instructive too, and I hope it will be for you too. Now, I hope you have my book, My Life of the Spirits, and so you could enjoy that and other stories. But I wanted to post it on my page, more or less in conjunction with what we say every morning about these Goetic spirits and the nature of these Goetic spirits, because they are by tradition called wicked spirits or infernal spirits or evil spirits. But that is a really loaded term, and I think the little story that I tell about the evocation of Aurobus, which incidentally is on today's card, I think it's very instructive as to the actual nature of this kind of magic and what it does do and what it doesn't do. So if you have the time and you want to relax with a cup of coffee or something, I strongly urge you to read that posting this morning, or get out your book, My Life of the Spirits, and read, I believe it was chapter 16. Anyway, that being said, we are on the 2 of Swords, Peace Restored. It's the moon in Libra. The first 10 degrees of Libra, September 23rd through October 2nd. So it's Hokmah. Hokmah is number 2 in Yetzirah. We are now in the suit of swords, which corresponds to the Ruach in the human soul, our intellect, and to the Kabbalistic world of Yetzirah, which is the formative world. It's the blueprint for everything that we see in the material world, or the world of discs. It's the idea of this table. It's the idea of these glasses, not the glasses themselves, but the idea, the form, the blueprint. That's what Ruach is, and that's what Atzilith is, and that's what swords are. So we are in the Prince scale of color. Wands were the king scale, queens were the queen scale. Swords are the Prince scale of color. So blue, pearl gray, or mother of pearl. General divinatory meanings. First manifestation of air. Now the ace is not the manifestation of air. The aces are the tendency, the root of air. But the 2 is the first manifestation of air. It means equilibrium, abiding above disruption. And it could mean dormant antagonism. Angels of the Shemhamferish, there's 2 of them there. Remember, they're up on top there. Iazel, rejoicing over all. And Mebahel, guardian and preserver. The day spirit of the Goetia is number 19, Salos. There's Salos right there. He's a great and mighty duke, and appeareth in the form of a gallant soldier riding on a crocodile, with a ducal crown on his head, but peaceably. He causeth the love of women to men, and of men to women, and governeth 30 legions of spirit. Okay, the night spirit is Aurobus. Now, just because they're day or night spirits doesn't mean that you have to evoke the night spirits at the night and the day spirits in the daytime. As a matter of fact, you don't have to wait till any kind of day of Mars or day of Jupiter or anything else, unless that's really important to you. The best time to perform any kind of magical ceremony is the time that you're able to do it. Aurobus, number 55. He's a great and mighty prince, appearing at first like a horse. But after the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the image of a man. His office is to discover all things past, present, and to come. Also to give dignities and prelacies, and the favor of friends and foes. He giveth true answers of divinity and of the creation of the world. He's very faithful unto the exorcist, and will not suffer him to be tempted of any spirit. He governeth 20 legions of spirits. That's Aurobus. Okay, this square appears on all 4 elemental tablets of the Enochian system. He appears as the F in the Jupiter Senior of the Air tablet. And I'm not going to, I spend too much time trying to pronounce these words every morning. And so, Auziaf, okay, he's the F in the Jupiter Senior of the Air tablet. He's the Z in the Mercury Senior of the Water tablet. He's the I in the Jupiter Senior of the Earth tablet. And he is the both the N of the Sun King of the Fire tablet and the N of the Mercury Senior of the Fire tablet. The Air tablet you open up in 2 = 9 and use call number 3. The Water tablet you open up in 3 = 8 and use call number 4. The Earth tablet you use open the temple in 1 = 10 and use call number 5. And for the Fire tablet, you open the temple in 4 = 7 and use call number 6. There. Now, I'm sure you heard me say when we were talking about the wands and the cups that all of the 2s, 3s, and 4, or the 2s and 3s, the aces, 2s, and 3s, are all great cards. Okay, and I mean it. And they do. Most of them have great names uh, and great divinatory meanings, with the possible exception of the Three of Swords, which is called sorrow. Saturn in Libra. Now, if you know a little bit about Saturn, at first, especially the younger you are, the more Saturn sort of creeps you out, and you sort of rebel against the seeming restrictions of Saturn. But the older you get, the more you become friends with Saturn. And Saturn, number three is the sphere of Saturn on the tree of life, and it's above the abyss. It's a unique planetary sphere because it's more than a planetary sphere. It is like the source of the planetary sphere. Saturn is indeed a great and mysterious planetary sphere. And so, this kind of sorrow, remember the cards of the Suit of Swords represent this idea of the ruach, of the mind. And the mind can't go above the abyss. Or what function of the mind does attempt to understand the nature of above the abyss existence. The nature of our understanding as we try to process it with our meat brains is very clouded. And so what first might appear to us to be sorrow is something altogether deeper and more profound. Remember the Buddha's first illumination. Of course, it was indescribable. But if he even tried to describe it, he described it as the trance of sorrow. It was Saturnian, and it wasn't, the averseness of another kind of planetary influence. So, keeping that in mind, don't be bummed out when the Three of Swords comes up, unless your question is, am I going to be happy or sorry? If that's your question and that comes up, well, you could probably take that as the divinatory meaning. That being said, 10 to 20 degrees of Libra. That's roughly October 3rd through October 12th. It is Saturn in Libra. Saturn's pretty happy in Libra. It's Bina, number 3 of Yetzirah. Color is dark brown. General divinatory meanings, profound melancholy, engendering either depression or wisdom. Could mean secrecy or perversion, depending upon the question. Shemhamfer's angels are Hariel, Aid, and Hakamiah. Arise, praying day and night are his buzzwords. Goetic spirit, Person, that's the day spirit. Person is a great king. His appearing is comely, like a man with a lion's face, carrying a cruel viper in his hand and riding upon a bear. Going before him are many trumpets sounding. He knoweth all things hidden, and can discover treasures, and tell all things past, present, and to come. He can take a body either human or aerial, and answereth truly of all earthly things, both secret and divine, and of the creation of the world. He bringeth forth good familiars, and under his government there be 22 legions of spirits, partly of the order of virtues and partly of the order of thrones. The night spirit is Gremory, or Gamory. He is a duke, and powerful, and appeareth in the form of a beautiful woman, with a duchess's crown tied about her waist, and riding a great camel. His office, notice the sexism of medieval scribes, his office is to tell of all things past, present, and to come, and of treasures hid and what they lie in, and to procure the love of women, both old and young. He governeth 26 legions of spirits. That square in all 4 Enochian tablets are on the F of the Jupiter Senior of air, the N in the Mercury Senior of water, Z in the Jupiter Senior of earth, and fire in the first O of the Mercury Senior of the fire tablet. And the temple openings are as usual. 2 equals 9 for air, call 3. 3 equals 8 for water, call 4. Temple opening, 1 equals 10 for the earth tablet, call 5. And for the fire tablet, open the temple in 4 equals 7 and use call number 6. Now we're going to jump from 3 above the abyss to 4 below the abyss. The sphere of Jupiter and the summit of the macrocosm. Rest from strife. Jupiter in Libra, also it's in the sphere of Jupiter, so gotta be good. 4 of Swords, rest from strife, Jupiter in Libra. The last 10 degrees of Libra, that's October 13th through October 27th. Jupiter in Libra. Prince scale of color, deep purple. General divinatory meanings, truce, compromise. Tension is relaxed through submission to militaristic discipline and dogma. Refuge from sorrow. Angels of the Shemhamferish. Levaya is wonderful. And Kaliel, only to me. Day spirit of Goetia is Marox. And the night spirit is Oso, or Osei, or Voso. I'll read about him right now. Marox is number 21. He's a great earl and president. He appeareth like a great bull with a man's face. His office is to make men very knowing in astronomy and other liberal sciences. He can also give good familiars. And is wise and knowing in the virtues of herbs and stones, which be precious. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. Oso, or Osei, or Voso, he is a great president and appeareth like a leopard at first, but after a little time he putteth on the shape of a man. His office is to make one cunning in liberal sciences, excuse me, and to give true answers of divine and secret things. Also to change a man into any shape that the exorcist pleaseth, so that he is so changed will not think any other thing than that he is in verity that creature or thing he is changed into. Think about that for a second. Let's say, oh, I'd love to turn myself into a crow or an eagle. What it's saying here is, yes, it'll help you turn into an eagle, but then you'll forget you're a person. You'll only think eagle thoughts. It does give you something to think about. The Enochian attributions for this square, which appears in all 4 tablets. It's the second A in the Jupiter Senior of Air. It's the end letter T in the Mercury Senior of the Water Tablet. It's the capital C in the Sun King of the Earth Tablet, and it's the capital C in the Jupiter Senior of the Earth Tablet. It's also the D in the Mercury Senior of the Fire Tablet. So these squares get a big workout, and they pervade all 4 of the elemental tablets. Okay, that's going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you get a chance to read the posting of the chapter 16 of My Life with the Spirits, which I put up yesterday. Tomorrow is Jean Harlow's birthday, and I wrote a song about my dad dancing with Jean Harlow. It's kind of a little story. It has an opening, and I'm going to try to dig that up and post that later today or early tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy that too. So, that being said, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. Bye-bye.